I still remember the smell of his cologne in my house, that slick, expensive brand that didn't belong anywhere near my bedroom. I had come home a day early. No announcement, no warning. Just a gut feeling that pulled me back from the trip. Maybe it was fate. Or maybe it was the universe making sure I didn't stay blind forever. When I opened the door, the house was too quiet, but not empty. My jacket hit the chair. I walked the hallway, each step sinking into the carpet like a countdown. And then, my bedroom door, half open, the sound of a laugh that wasn't mine, the whisper of sheets. I pushed it open. There they were, my wife of 8 years, straddling her boss, her rich CEO, the same man she swore she despised, the same man she claimed treated her like nothing more than an assistant. And yet, there they were, with her nails digging into his chest like he was the air she couldn't breathe without. He looked at me first, not with guilt, not with fear, but with a smirk. The smirk of a man who thought he had won. My wife froze, stuttering my name like she could pull the syllables into an apology. But him, he leaned back against my pillows like a king who had conquered another man's castle. That smirk almost broke me. Almost. But I had been broken long before this moment. We were high school sweethearts, my wife and I. She was my first kiss, my first everything. We built our lives brick by brick. Her dreams, my sacrifices, our future intertwined. I paid for her degree, worked double shifts while she climbed the corporate ladder. I believed in her when she didn't believe in herself. I thought loyalty was unshakable, that history meant protection. But history, I learned, is only leverage for those willing to betray it. The signs had been there, the late nights at the office, the sudden designer handbags, the faint perfume that lingered on her skin that wasn't the one I bought her. I asked, she lied. I believed, because believing was easier than accepting that the woman I loved had already left me in her heart. Still, doubt gnawed at me, and when doubt gnaws, I don't ignore it, I plan. 3 months before that night, I started watching. Not her, him. A man like that leaves shadows. I followed the receipts, hotel check-ins under fake names, a burner phone she thought was hidden. I had cameras installed, silent, discreet, a lens in the clock on the dresser, one in the smoke detector. I didn't confront her. I didn't rage. I collected. I archived. I turned my pain into evidence. Every moan, every kiss, every betrayal. I had everything, and I wasn't going to waste it on just walking away. Back in the bedroom, as they scrambled, I didn't shout. I didn't throw punches. I just pulled out my phone and hit send. His smirk vanished the moment the words left my mouth. I just sent your wife a video of you two. He sat up so fast the sheets tangled around him. His color drained, the arrogance melting into panic. His wife, his real wife, was the daughter of his board's chairman, a woman whose family controlled his empire more than he did. He lunged for me, spitting curses, but I stepped back, calm, untouchable. You don't get to hit me, I said. You've already done your damage. Now you'll watch it burn. My wife sobbed, pleading, half naked, scrambling for words that could rewind the moment. But words are nothing against proof. Proof is permanent. Proof is execution. The next days unfolded like a symphony I had composed note by note. His wife didn't just see the video, she sent it to her father. And her father, old money, ruthless, intolerant of scandal, moved faster than I dreamed. Within 48 hours, the CEO was suspended. Investigations launched. Investors whispered. By the end of the week, his empire was cracked open, his name plastered on headlines soaked in humiliation. His penthouse? Locked down by his wife's lawyers. His accounts? Frozen pending divorce settlements. I watched from the sidelines, silent conductor of the chaos. And my wife? She tried to cling to me, begging for forgiveness, promising it meant nothing. She said she was confused, that she'd been manipulated. But when I showed her the divorce papers I had already prepared, signed, sealed, ready, her face collapsed. I had already moved money. I had already secured the house in my name, thanks to the prenup she never bothered to read carefully. Everything she thought she had, gone in an instant. She left with a suitcase and silence. The confrontation wasn't the end. It was the opening act. The CEO called me once. His voice was trembling, desperate. "Why would you do this?" he asked. I almost laughed. "Because you thought you could take what was mine and walk away smiling." Then I hung up. The fallout was delicious in its inevitability. His wife filed for divorce, demanding half his assets and custody of their children. The board voted to remove him permanently. His reputation turned to ash. The smirk, the one he wore in my bed, was replaced by paparazzi photos of him looking hollow, defeated. As for my wife, she floated between friends' couches, stripped of the comfort she once mocked me for working so hard to provide. She texted me, emails full of regret, voicemails soaked in tears. I never replied. My silence was the loudest revenge. Sometimes, late at night, I replay that moment in the bedroom. The exact second his smirk twisted into fear. The exact instant her tears turned from passion to panic. That was the moment I took my power back. I don't regret it. They thought betrayal would leave me destroyed, but betrayal only sharpened me, made me precise, patient, dangerous. And now, when I look at the empty side of the bed, I don't see loss, I see victory. Because justice isn't always loud. Sometimes it's silent, meticulous, and merciless. And mine was perfect.